Assalamu alaikum, my name is Faryal, and today we have a very special guest with us, Maryam Baig. Maryam, could you please give us a little introduction about yourself?
Walaikum Assalam, how are you? I'm doing bachelor's in fine arts from Punjab University. Along with that, I work for a firm named Vasila. It's an online marketplace, and with that, I do commission work from time to time. So this is what I'm doing these days right now.
Wow, that really is amazing. So, did you always know that you were going to be an artist, or when did you find out about this passion of yours? And more importantly, what got you into it?
I've been doing art since I was a kid, since I got my senses, and but I didn't know that whether I would take it into a profession, whether I would pursue it or not. It was my passion in the beginning, but along with time, I realized that it's the only thing that kept me going. So I decided after my A1, I realized that it's the only thing I want to do. So I decided that I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go all the way. So it's been great. It's a ride that I'm living right now. So yeah, now I've got this opportunity. I'm working with a firm. They promote artists. They market their paintings as well. So along with that, I keep promoting myself on social media accounts. So it's been going great, and let's see where it takes me.
Good for you. That's really amazing. So, Maryam, you've mentioned before how artists face all these problems in their field. What obstacles did you personally face, and how did you overcome them?
In our society, it takes a lot of courage for a person to choose this profession and similar professions, because they don't provide you with security, with safe future, with a stable life. So it's always a fight to choose choose our passions as professions. And similar was the case with me because my siblings, they studied well, and they're doing very well in their lives right now. But my parents were a little bit hesitant of sending me into this field. But after my A1, I decided that I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go all the way for it, because this is what I always wanted to do. This is what makes me happy, and that satisfaction of working on what I love is what I want. So I'm working for it, and these are the obstacles I faced. They were a little intense because obviously you have to fight for your right. You have to always fight for what you want. So, and you should, because at the end we always end up with ourselves, and we should uh, do what we feel like. So this is what I'm doing. So it's been great. Even if I face any failures, it doesn't make me. It makes me sad, but it doesn't make me sad to an extent that I regret my decision. So it's a journey that I'm riding right now. So let's see where it's gonna take me.
I strongly agree with that. We all have our different paths in life, and we only have one life to live. You have to find your calling, your unique path in life, and then follow that. And you're such an inspiration for aspiring artists. What advice would you give them?
I would just say that we should work on our skills right now because we've got the time. We're in lockdown, we're at homes. So it's a tough time, but we should work on our skills. That's what's going to help us later in post lockdown period when we're going to step into the practical life. So this is the advice I'm going to give to everyone. Like, to work and practice and polish your skills. Yeah, because what we do now will help us later, and it's also helpful because it's gonna help us just keep distracting ourselves from this traumatic experience. So it's a mental release also. It's a release of negative energies. So it helps us in that also, keeping ourselves sane.
Yeah, absolutely. It's even scientifically proven that just so much as viewing art increases the levels of dopamine in your brain and reduces stress levels. So, of course, without a doubt, it has a positive impact on your mental health. So, Maryam, let's talk about who inspires you and why.
To be honest, I don't know why I paint. Obviously, there are artists I follow, I keep tabs on, I look into their works, but I don't know why I paint because there's this urge and I start to paint. Whenever I don't paint for a day or two or three, I get restless. I get this, doesn't feel right when I don't paint. So that's why I start painting. I guess painting itself inspires me. So that's why I carry my material all the time with me whenever I travel, wherever I go. Even I don't leave my stuff in the university in the lockers because you know it doesn't feel right. I have to keep all the stuff with me all the time because there's this urge. It comes any time of the day, and I start painting. Yeah, so I don't know what inspires me, but the painting itself is so beautiful that, like, the feeling whenever I paint, it's so beautiful that I can't let go of it. So I paint.
Okay, so Maryam, let's talk a little bit about your artwork. So, does it always have some deeper meaning behind it, or do you just paint whatever comes to mind? Do you address social or political issues through it?
I paint whatever I feel like. In university, I paint what I'm supposed to. We paint landscapes, portraits, still lifes. And for my personal work, I work on different ideas, different themes. My work is mostly expressive, different phases of life. Whatever I go through, I paint. Uh, as I'm in a learning process, I believe that I need to work on everything. I need to paint everything to reach the goal which I have set in mind. So for that, I need to practice and I need to paint whatever I feel like. So that's what I'm doing right now. And currently, I'm working on a series. I hope to exhibit it soon in the coming months. But let's see what the COVID situation is. Maybe I'll opt for maybe most probably I'll opt for online exhibitions. They promote artists, they promote our work, so maybe I have to opt for that. So I'm working on a series, so I hope to exhibit it soon. So let's see.
And I wish you all the best with that. And that's a really good idea, the online exhibitions, especially during these times, since it's easily accessible and convenient for people. I have a question that I've always wanted to ask an artist. How do you price your work?
With different people, it's a different deal because for me, I believe that the amount of time, the amount of hard work you put into a work is directly proportional to how much price you set. So yeah, for me, the hard work is what counts and what sets the price, what sets the standard of the work.
That's fair. We need art more than ever as a form of escape. Do you think that this pandemic has affected your artwork in any way, positively or negatively? Because I have noticed that when you're self isolating, you're also self reflecting, and people are getting more in tune with themselves. So, has it affected your art in any way?
COVID has affected us all really badly and differently as well. We all react to things differently. So I try not to think about it much. I try not to let it get into my head because if it does, it will get worse. So in the initial months, I used to work every day consistently, but now obviously it has affected me in a lot of ways, and I've I try to keep myself sane because that's what is that's what's most important right now. And after that, I work on my art, work on my skills in order to distract myself from it. And it does help. It does help a lot. So that's what I would also suggest you guys to work upon. So yeah.
And yet, its importance is always being questioned. How important do you think art is in our world today?
Art is very important in our lives, especially in this time, because with COVID and all, the entertainment industry, books, music, poetry, arts, painting, these are the things that are keeping us sane. These are things that are helping us surviving this time. So whatever we do, how we carry ourselves, how we dress ourselves, it's all part of the art, and it's helping us. It's transforming us more than how it used to, because it's all around us more than ever, because we're at home, we don't have anything else to focus upon, and these are things that are 24/7 available. So yeah, it's important. And in educational institutes, it's important to teach arts as a subject. I think it should be compulsory, because it gives you exposure, it opens up a student's mind, which is the most important thing in life. So yeah, it's very important for us. It's a way of life, and we should all live it.
And what advice would you give to your younger self?
I would just say to my younger self to practice a lot, because there's a lot of things that I need to learn, and so I would just strictly say to her to practice and practice a lot. That's what is important. And to watch less movies and work. I guess in this time I would just say that work on your skills. Don't spend too much time on social media or watching too many movies and all. Just work a lot, because this is what is going to help us post lockdown period, post corona period, when we step into our practical lives again. Because yeah, just polish your skills as much as you can before we step into our lives again, because that's way too important than you think. Yeah.
That's great advice. Thank you, Maryam, for joining us. Thank you so much for your time. This was quite insightful, and thank you to you guys for tuning in. We will be doing more talk shows in the future, so stay tuned for that.
Thank you. It was great talking to you. Thank you for having me over. Yeah. Take care. Allah Hafiz.
It really was. Thank you so much for joining, and take care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.